The Starlight Diner glowed under a darkening sky, its neon sign flashing like a secret signal. A shadow waited in the alley, an unseen figure watching the diner's light with purpose. Who were they, and what did they want with this delicate, safe place? Emily Parker, 25, moved smoothly through the noise, her red curls partly covering a rough scar on her cheek, a mark from the car crash that killed her parents when she was 10. The scar was a reminder of her loss, raising a question that troubled her. Was that crash really an accident? She never talked about it, but mirrors hurt, tying her to that night of wrecked metal and silence. In the diner's bustle, plates clanging, jukebox playing, she hid her pain, serving burgers, pouring coffee, giving extra hash browns to kids. The regulars were her support. Harold Jenkins, filling out crosswords, Sarah Mitchell, the ER nurse sharing stories, and the Carter twins, drawing superheroes. The Starlight was their safe haven, but tonight, attention felt heavy, as if its future, and Emily's, depended on a hidden truth. Emily's heart felt heavy. Every tip given to her sister, Lily, a college freshman studying nursing. Hopes of owning a bakery, hands covered in flour, ovens buzzing, faded under sadness and bills. Still, she smiled, her kindness connecting the diner's team, her eyes showing a quiet wish. Jessica Turner, her best friend, told jokes from the counter, her laughter rising through the steam. "Emily, you wear out that smile," Jessica teased, tossing a dish towel. Frank Sullivan, the 60-year-old owner, stood by the cash register, his strong hands steady but eyes worried. Debts troubled him, and a mysterious note, slipped under the door, unsigned, offering help, bothered him. Who was watching, and why? The diner felt ready for something big. In a corner booth, Ethan Brooks drank plain coffee, his flannel shirt hiding more than his life as a millionaire CEO of Greenwave Tech. A small scar ran along his neck, barely seen under his collar, a mark from a childhood fire that killed his brother, a secret he kept like a wound. The Starlight was his safe place, its energy, clinking mugs, Motown music, spilled ketchup, calming him. He watched Emily, her scar like his own, raising a question. Could her pain help heal his hidden past? Her quiet strength, the way she remembered Sarah's order or knelt for the Carter twins' drawings, drew him in. Their eyes met often, a spark of warmth passing, silent but strong, her scar pulling him like a beacon. He hid his wealth and scar, but Emily's courage, and the way her gaze stayed, ignited a desire to protect her, and maybe to love her. Then Margaret Maggie Pierce burst into the diner, heels tapping like a signal, her fancy coat out of place with the worn seats. Her rich friends filled the booth, talking over Sam Cooke's music. Emily served their coffee, smile steady, her eyes meeting Ethan's, a quiet spark. Maggie stared at her scar. "My gosh," she said, voice sharp, "that scar's awful. Why work where people see you?" The words hurt Emily deeply. Her parents' screams, the crash, the question. Was it just bad luck? The diner went quiet. Harold's pencil broke, Sarah's mug clinked, the twins stared. Emily muttered, "Sorry, ma'am," hands shaking as she ran to the back room. Among boxes and a blinking light, she touched her scar, tears falling as her parents' faces came back, the crashes, mystery painful. Jessica followed, jokes gone. "She's nobody, Emily. You're amazing." Ethan, jaw tight, felt his scar burn, Maggie's cruelty striking at both their wounds. He approached her table, voice steel, heart racing for Emily. "Takes class to tear down someone serving you." Maggie smirked, dismissing him. "Know your place," she snapped, sweeping out. Ethan passed Jessica a note for Emily. "Your scar's proof you survived. Don't let her win." As he wrote, his fingers brushed his scar, his feelings for Emily sharpening. Her pain was his, and he'd fight for her. The diner's mystery deepened. Had the unseen watcher seen this? Did they know Ethan's scar too? Over the next week, the Starlight became their quiet battleground, not against Maggie's cruelty, but for something softer, riskier. Ethan arrived earlier each evening, his coffee ritual now a vigil for Emily's smile. She noticed, her eyes lingering longer when she refilled his mug, her fingers brushing his as she set down the cup. "Black, no sugar, right?" she'd say, a playful lilt hiding her nerves. He'd nod, a half-smile breaking through. "You know me too well, Emily." One rainy night, As thunder rumbled and the diner emptied early, Emily lingered by his booth, wiping an already clean table. "That note you wrote," she said, voice soft. "It meant something. Nobody's seen me like that." Her fingers grazed her scar, a reflex of vulnerability. Ethan's heart thudded. "I saw you," he said, eyes locked on hers. "Not the scar. You. The way you keep this place alive. The way you make everyone feel like they belong." She blushed, tucking a curl behind her ear. "You're not so bad yourself, mystery man. Always here, always watching." Her teasing held a question, and he leaned forward, voice low. "Maybe I'm here for the coffee. Or maybe it's the company." Her laugh, soft and unguarded, was a spark in the dim light. The next night, Ethan arrived with a small, wrapped box, a vintage keychain shaped like a star, etched with shine on. "Found it at a flea market," he said, handing it to her. "Reminded me of you. This place. You keep it glowing." Emily's fingers trembled as she took it, her eyes glistening. "Nobody's given me something like this," she whispered. Their hands lingered, the air between them charged, the jukeboxes, "Ain't No Mountain High Enough," sealing the moment. But the diner's undercurrent of mystery tugged at them. Frank, the owner, confided in Emily about the cryptic note he'd received, promising help, but demanding silence. Ethan overheard, his instincts sharpened by years of navigating corporate shadows. "Emily," he said one night, as they shared a slice of pie after closing, "something's off here. That note, it's not random. Let me help." She hesitated, her scar a reminder of unanswered questions from her own past. "Why do you care so much?" she asked, searching his face. He took a breath, rolling up his sleeve to reveal the scar on his forearm, a jagged echo of the fire. "Because I know what it's like to carry something that won't let go. And because," he paused, voice catching, "because I don't want you to face it alone." Her eyes softened, and she reached for his hand, her touch a quiet promise. "Then we face it together," she said. Their bond deepened in stolen moments, late-night talks over cold coffee, shared glances as she served and he watched, a walk home under flickering streetlights where their shoulders brushed. When Ethan finally told her about Greenwave, expecting her to pull back, she only smiled. "Fancy title, same flannel," she teased. "You're still my coffee guy." He laughed, pulling her close, their scars no longer wounds but bridges. One night, as the neon sign sputtered and rain streaked the windows, Emily found a second note slipped under the diner's door. "Keep her close. Danger watches." Her breath caught, but Ethan was there, his hand steady on hers. "Whatever this is," he said, "we'll figure it out. You and me." She nodded, her heart no longer stretched thin but tethered. To him, to the starlight, to a love that felt like home. The diner's secrets loomed, but for now Emily and Ethan stood in its glow, their scars proof they'd survived, their love a spark that could outshine any shadow. The cryptic notes began piling up. First, Frank, the diner's owner, found one slipped under the door. "Help is coming. Stay quiet." Then another, days later. "Keep her close. Danger watches." Emily's hands trembled as she showed Ethan the second note, her scar burning under her fingers. "Someone's watching us," she whispered, her voice a mix of fear and trust as she met his gaze. Ethan's jaw tightened, his instincts honed from navigating corporate shadows. "We'll figure this out," he promised, his hand brushing hers, a quiet vow. Ethan, leveraging his resources, discreetly tapped Greenwave's security team to trace the notes. He kept it from Emily, not wanting to worry her, but his late-night calls and furrowed brow didn't escape her notice. One evening, as they shared pie after closing, she nudged him. "You're hiding something, coffee guy." Her teasing held a question, her fingers grazing his scar as she leaned closer. He sighed, confessing, "I'm using my company's tech to track the notes. I need you safe, Emily." Her eyes softened, and she squeezed his hand. "You're not just a flannel guy, are you?" Their laughter, soft in the dim light, sealed a deeper trust. The breakthrough came when Ethan's team flagged a pattern. The notes were printed on paper from a local print shop, Holt's Copies, 2 blocks away. Harold Jenkins, the crossword-loving regular, owned it. Ethan remembered Harold's quiet demeanor, his pencil always scribbling, his eyes lingering on Emily with an odd intensity. "Harold?" Emily frowned, disbelief lacing her voice as they sat in Ethan's booth. He's been here forever. Why would he? Ethan's gut churned. Let's find out. They devised a plan. Emily left a fake note under the diner's door, written in the same cryptic style. Meet at the alley, midnight. Truth waits. Ethan stationed himself in the shadows, his security team on standby, while Emily waited inside, her heart pounding. At midnight, Harold emerged, his wiry frame tense, clutching a new note. Ethan stepped forward, voice low. Harold, it's over. Why the notes? Harold froze, eyes darting, then sagged. I didn't mean harm, he stammered. I saw Emily's scar, heard her talk about her parents' crash. My brother was the cop who worked that case. He said it wasn't an accident. Someone tampered with the car. I wanted to help, to warn her, but I couldn't say it outright. I'm no good with words. Emily, listening from the doorway, gasped, her scar a live wire. Who tampered with it? She demanded, stepping into the alley's dim glow. Harold shook his head. My brother never found out. He died before he could. I thought if I watched, kept you safe. Ethan's arms steadied her as tears welled. You scared her, Harold, he said, voice firm but not cruel. But you meant well. Tell us everything. Harold confessed he'd been tracking local rumors, suspecting a real estate developer tied to Maggie Pierce's circle, but had no proof. Ethan's team took Harold's statement, ensuring he'd face no charges but urging him to stop. The mystery of the crash remained unsolved, a shadow lingering. But Emily felt lighter, the truth closer. Ethan pulled her close in the alley, rain misting their faces. You're not alone in this, he said, his thumb tracing her scar. She leaned into him, her breath catching. Neither are you, she whispered, her fingers brushing his neck. Their lips met, soft at first, then fierce, the diner's neon framing them like a promise. The kiss was a spark, their scars no longer wounds, but shared strength. Ethan's love for Emily grew practical, rooted in action. Knowing her dream of a bakery and the weight of her sister Lily's tuition, he quietly paid off the Starlight's debts, ensuring Frank could keep it open. Then, in a bold move, he bought a vacant lot nearby, presenting Emily with a deed one quiet morning. Your bakery, he said, handing her the keys to a space already fitted with ovens and counters. No strings, just your dream. Her eyes welled, and she threw her arms around him. You believe in me, she choked out. He grinned, kissing her forehead. Always have. By July, Emily's Starlight Sweets opened, its sign glowing beside the diner. She baked pies and scones, her flour-dusted hands a vision Ethan couldn't resist. He ditched boardrooms to help her frost cupcakes, his flannel dusted white, their laughter filling the air. Lily, home for summer, worked the counter, her nursing studies secure. Ethan funded a scholarship for her, easing Emily's burden. You're too much, Emily teased, pulling him into a flower-streaked kiss behind the counter. Just enough for you, he murmured, his scar warm under her touch. The diner's regulars, Sarah, the Carter twins, Jessica, filled the bakery's opening day, their cheers a chorus of home. Frank, relieved of debt, hung a new photo. Emily and Ethan, arms around each other, scars visible, smiles bright. The crash's mystery lingered, but Emily and Ethan faced it together, their love a beacon stronger than any neon. Later that day, the bakery was quiet, the last customers gone, the jukebox next door crooning Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On. Emily locked up her star-shaped keychain, Ethan's first gift, jingling softly. Ethan lingered by the counter, his hands fidgeting with a velvet box, his usual calm replaced by nervous energy. Got a minute? He asked, his voice low, a smile tugging at his lips. She turned, catching the spark in his eyes, her heart skipping. For you? Always coffee guy. He led her outside, where the diner's neon and the bakery's sign cast a soft, intertwined glow, like their lives. The summer air was warm, scented with sugar and possibility. Ethan took her hands, his thumbs brushing her knuckles, his scar catching the light. Emily, he began, voice steady but thick, you're my home. The diner, the bakery, it's nothing without you. Your strength, the way you light up everyone, it's everything I didn't know I needed. He dropped to one knee, opening the box to reveal a ring, a diamond nestled in a band etched with tiny stars. Marry me. Let me build a life with you, scars and all. Emily's breath caught, tears welling as she touched her scar, then his. Ethan, she whispered, you gave me a dream, a bakery, a future. Now this. She laughed through tears, pulling him up. Yes. 1,000 times, yes. Their kiss was fierce, flour-dusted hands tangling in his hair, his arms wrapping her tight as the neon flickered like applause. The Carter twins, spying from the diner's window, cheered, and Jessica's laugh echoed, calling, about time. Ethan's promise to give Emily the world took flight. Days after the proposal, he whisked her to Paris for a week, her first time abroad. They wandered Montmartre, shared croissants under the Eiffel Tower, and laughed over wine in a tiny bistro, her scar glowing under fairy lights, his hand never leaving hers. Back home, he surprised her with a renovated apartment above the bakery, a cozy space with a skylight for stargazing and a kitchen for her late-night baking. Our place, he said, kissing her forehead, but the bakery's yours. He didn't stop there. Ethan funded a community program through Emily's Starlight Suites, offering baking classes for local kids, the Carter twins piping frosting with glee. He set up a trust for Lily, ensuring her nursing degree was secure, and hired a private investigator to chase the crash's truth, following Harold's lead about the developer. I want you to have peace, he told Emily, his voice fierce. I'll move the world to get it. Every morning, they worked the bakery together, Ethan's flannel swapped for an apron, his billionaire status irrelevant, as he teased her about her messy buns. The diner's regulars, Sarah, Frank, Harold, became family, their tables spilling between the diner and bakery. One night, under the skylight, Emily baked Ethan a star-shaped cookie, her ring glinting. You gave me the world, she said, curling into him. But you're my universe. He kissed her scar, then her lips, their love a constellation brighter than any neon. The investigators' work bore fruit by late July. A name surfaced, Vincent Caldwell, a developer tied to Maggie Pierce's circle, with records showing payments to a mechanic the night of the crash. Ethan presented the evidence to Emily in their apartment, his arm around her as she read, tears falling. We'll get justice, he promised, his scar warm under her touch. The case wasn't closed, but the truth was closer, a weight lifting. By August, Emily's Starlight Suites was thriving, its tables full, its classes a hit. Ethan proposed a second venture, a sister diner in a nearby city, co-owned by Emily and Frank, funded by Greenwave. You keep the Starlight's heart beating, he told her. She smiled, her scar a badge of strength. We do it together, she said, sealing it with a kiss.